So Wade requests to come off the Cavs bench, saying, why wait? Stephen A., what is the deal?
Well, the deal is that J.R. Smith can't handle coming off the bench. Let's just call it what it is. I'm not being disrespectful to J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith elevated his level of play to being the best perimeter defender on the team. Two key three-point shots in Game 7 the year they won the title. He had something to do with in that third quarter. They basically sparked them when they were going through their doldrums at that particular point in time. Dropped 25 in Game 5 last year when they lost Game 5 of the NBA Finals, but showed up. But the first games 1 and 2, he was awful. But to be specific, here's the deal. J.R. Smith is a champion. J.R. Smith has been the starting guard. And when Dwyane Wade came, people are looking at Dwyane Wade right now, and they're saying, yeah, you started, all your career. You're a 3-time champion, an NBA Finals MVP, a surefire future Hall of Famer. None of that is to be questioned. But you are 35. You have lost a step. You're not the youngster that you once was. And here this guy is. He's a champion who's played the off-guard spot, who, by the way, came in the off-season and was busting his tail, working out early, working out hard, and doing everything that you wanted him to do. Then they acquired Dwyane Wade, and Dwyane Wade is LeBron's boy, and they're very, very tight. So when Dwyane Wade was inserted into the starting lineup, you could visually see J.R. Smith sulking. I'm at the Boston game, the opener, where Gordon Hayward had that just terrible injury, and we all wish him the best. J.R. Smith was on the bench in the fourth quarter of that game with the hoodie on. He was sulking. He was upset. And one of the things that I said to a few people, even prior to the season, when it was announced that D. Wade would be starting, was that this is going to be tough. I think that D. Wade can deal with a reserve role more so than J.R. could. At this point, J.R. psychologically was going to be warped. It was going to be a problem, but it wasn't going to last long. And somebody asked me why. And I said, the D. Wade that I've known for years, I tell people this all the time. No matter what you think about him as a player, he's an even better person. And he's the kind of guy that's going to sit up there and say, if I can't get it done or if I'm a detriment to the team, I'll step back. He'll do that. It's not going to be easy because he's got his own pride and his own ego. And I'm quite sure it wasn't an easy decision. I'm not even sure it was one totally made by him. But what I can tell you is that he's a man and he's a grown-up. And he's the kind of person that's not going to just look at himself. He's going to look at, I'm averaging 6 points on 28% shooting from the field. And in the meantime, this dude just finished shooting 1 for 6 in 20 minutes in a loss to Orlando. And I know that he's better than that. He's being affected by coming off the bench. Hell with it, I'll deal with it better. And I think that played a role in the decision. Now, I have not spoken to D. Wade about this yet. I haven't spoken to Coach Tyronn Lue about it, all right, or JR. But I am telling you, based on what I know, coming into this season, it's easy to deduce this is what happened.
Dwyane Wade does what it takes to win. When people say the veterans and all this, the champions, they know how to win, this is part of what they mean. Let's not forget, Dwyane Wade won Finals MVP with the best performance in a finals that anyone had between Jordan's and LeBron's best finals. That includes everyone. Dwyane Wade was the best player I saw in an NBA Finals between Jordan and LeBron. That includes Shaq and Kobe. He had a better he was on fire, single-handedly destroyed the Mavericks. That guy, that was before LeBron got there. Then he won 2 more with LeBron, deferring to LeBron when Wade was still one of the best 3 or 4 players in the world, brings in his guy and gives him the team basically selfless. Even when he went to Chicago, Stephen A., had Chicago not been hurt in the playoffs this last year, who the hell knows? They were pretty good. Wade figures out. Dwyane Wade's teams seem to make playoff runs, don't they? With and without LeBron. They seem to be, you got to keep your eye on that team. And now he gets to Cleveland. And the fact is, even if J.R. Smith could handle coming off the bench, Stephen A., I think they're better with Dwyane Wade on the bench. They're better with Dwyane Wade running the second unit, I think, and J.R. giving that first unit more spacing. The one thing Dwyane Wade could never do is shoot. That's the only thing he couldn't do. He could play defense. He's
not a three-point shooter.
A three-point, right. That's what I mean. Yeah. Spreading the floor with the three-point shot. That's the one thing he couldn't do. The only thing he really couldn't do. He could play defense. He could finish at the rim. He could play point for you. He could do all kinds of stuff, but he couldn't shoot the three, really. His ability to suck the defense out or his ability to draw defensive attention helped keep, open guys up around the floor, but it's not because of his shooting. When you have J.R. Smith, although he's a very streaky shooter, but a much better defender, as you said, as a 3-and-D guy, not a guy who thinks he needs to put it on the floor like he might in the second unit, because he's not great at that. But if he's strictly a 3-and-D guy, think about the Cavs starting five when Isaiah gets back. Can Isaiah shoot? Yup. Can J.R. Smith shoot? Yup. Can LeBron shoot? He's not a pure shooter, but he has his spots from the floor where he can hit and from three, on the perimeter on the right side. Can Kevin Love shoot? Can Crowder shoot? All of a sudden, the Cavs can put 5 shooters on the floor where it makes sense and really do something interesting offensively. I think J.R. Smith helps him there. I think D. Wade's better off the bench.
Here's the issue. I think Dwyane Wade should come off the bench. I think that's the right thing because I think he can handle it better than J.R. And more importantly, I think that's D. Wade's future. I think that D. Wade can play in the league for 2 or 3 more years if he's coming off the bench. But if he tries to be a starter, this is it. That's the way I look at it. To prolong his career and to make additional dollars, I think D. Wade is better served coming off the bench.